And in this segment, I'm going to talk about what educational background you need to be a product manager and what the expected salary is for these roles. Okay, share my screen. So for a product manager, the typical salary that we see is around $80,000 a year to $150,000 a year. Now, there's an asterisk there to represent that these are the typical salaries. You may see something higher or lower based on your experience and generally the area that you're in. Some areas, major cities tend to have higher salaries based on cost of living, and some areas that are not in major cities may, see a lower salary level. But this also can depend on your experience level. So if you have lots and lots of experience, you may be able to get a salary that's much higher than this. But these are the typical $80,000 a year to $150,000 are the most typical salary that we're seeing for a product manager. So then the next item to talk about is the educational background. So what do you need to become a product manager? Generally, what we see in the market is that a bachelor's degree is required, right? In the fields of business administration, marketing, computer science, engineering, or related field. These degrees provide a solid foundation of business concepts, marketing principles, data analysis, and technical knowledge. However, some product managers also have master's degree, which is not always required. So for me, from my background or my experience, a bachelor's degree is something that would be helpful. And then there are also certifications that you can gather, various certifications and courses that can enhance a product manager's skill set and credibility. Certifications like the Certified Product Manager or Agile Certified Product Manager can demonstrate expertise in product management methodologies. And then the last item that I want to talk about is a caveat. A lot of roles in IT generally do not require full degrees. They can be substituted with experience and exposure to what you're trying to get to. So in addition to having a 4-year degree, experience matters the most. So how do you gather experience? You may want to consider getting into internships or jobs within the domain and or courses with hands-on exposure. So when I say jobs within the domain, that means that if you would like to be in the healthcare area, right? So you can just find a job or an internship within anything and that has to do with healthcare. What that'll do is it'll help you understand the business of being in healthcare, right? If you're wanting to go into banking, find any job within banking, because again, it'll help you understand the business of banking. How are accounts created? How are loans created? How do we buy and sell loans? So how do we even make decisions that customers need or qualify for loans? So these are a lot of the intricacies that you need to understand as a business to be in IT roles. And the more you have exposure to the business area that you want to be in, the easier it becomes for you to land into these IT positions. So to summarize this slide, for a product manager, your salaries are around $80,000 to $150,000 a year. Again, product managers not only manage the single project or functionality that we're trying to deliver, they manage the end-to-end success of the product. And in our case, that's Sammy Joe. Many of our product managers that we're seeing do have at least a bachelor's degree, in addition to certifications that help enhance their resume, and then lots of experience in that domain or in that area. Honestly, having experience and exposure hands-on trumps your education, because there's such a value that comes from having that experience that sometimes if you have many years of experience in marketing or business development that actually can help you get into a product manager role. So hope you found this helpful. The next areas that we're going to talk about are other roles within IT that help us develop a system or functionality such as what we're talking about in SemiJo. Okay, I'll see you in some of the next segments.